Hello there guys, and welcome to another Forza Horizon 5 video on my channel. Now I do apologise that it is another late video this week. Last week the video didn't go out until Tuesday morning in Britain time as well, so apologies for the late videos, and apologies also because this week it won't be a full guide either. Last week I did manage to get a full guide done, which I'm very happy with, given that I didn't have much time to do that in, and of course it was late, but I did manage to get a full guide done, and hopefully that helped you last week in the summer season of Series 36. If it did, let me know. But this week it'll only be a short tunes video, because I thought with the limited time that I have, I thought it wasn't worth me putting too much time into a full walkthrough when it wouldn't go out again until at least Tuesday. And by then most people have probably completed the events. Maybe a few people would benefit from it, but I would prefer just to do a short video, and then I can use whatever time I have to do other stuff that I need to do, because at the minute it is a busy time for me, as you can probably appreciate, and you've probably noticed that from the lack of content or late content on the channel. I have been trying my best, because putting videos out for you does mean a lot to me. I obviously enjoy doing it, and I want to help you guys as much as possible, but stuff in real life has had to take priority recently. Lots of things have been going on, so you just have to bear with me, and I will do my best to get content out when I can, and of course I can answer your questions and do things as and when I have the availability. But in this video I'm just going to give you the tunes that I've got for each of the events, so I'm not going to do any of the usual explanation or anything like that. It's literally just going to be running through all of the events, running through the restrictions, anything you really need to know, but not in as much detail as I would usually do. So anything that you really need to know before you complete the events, and then I will pop up the tunes like I usually do in the other style videos, the longer style videos, where we go through the restriction and then I pop up the screenshots. That's the same thing that I'll do in this video, of course, but it'll just be shorter than usual, so expect this video to be around 10-15 minutes in length. I say that because I would like it to be shorter, but I know what I'm like, and I'll do waffling like I'm doing now, and it'll end up longer than I want it to. So expect it to be short, but not as short as a short video, if you get what I mean there. But yeah, once again, apologies for everything that's going to be going on the channel. I am trying my best, and there will come a point where we'll get back to a more normal routine and a better routine for everyone, because of course, whilst it's also not good for you that these videos are coming out late, it's also not good for me, because I feel like it ends up being a bit pointless at a certain stage in the week, me putting the effort in. But that's just how things have been going. So in the festival playlist this week then, we have a new car for 20 points, which is the VW SP2 from 1976. Personally, I've never heard of this car before. Apparently it was kind of a one-off, or some form of rare car that was supposed to be like a mass production thing, but it didn't end up being that. And I also believe that it wasn't built by VW in Germany. I think in the message centre it says something about it being built in Brazil, which is interesting. So I'm not really sure about this. If you want to hear some fun facts about the car, I'm sure AR12 Nick will have some in his video, which he'll have already put out on Thursday, about this car, so go and check that out, or give it a quick Google, because to be honest I might do that as well, because I'm quite interested on the history of this car. It looks interesting. Hopefully it'll have some good customization. I imagine it's probably crap at racing, crap at playground games, crap at PR stunts, but for just general messing around in the map, I think it should be pretty fun. And that is an exclusive car. It's come with this update, and you can get it for free if you just complete 20 points in this season. And of course, whilst I'm only going to show you the tunes in this video, if you want any more help, I can still answer your questions in the comments on Xbox or on Discord, but I just haven't really got the time to put into a video on all of that. And then for 40 points we've got Porsche Emery 356C from 1964, so another kind of classic sports car there. another hard to find car. And that is out of a total of 75 points for the season. For the series, which we mentioned last week, another exclusive car that came with the update, the 2018 Aston Martin Vanquish. I think I said last week I'm not really sure why they've bothered adding this unless it's kind of got some special history behind it, because it does seem a bit similar to all the other Aston Martins that we've got, but it is there for 80 points. You may have got that last week if you completed all of last week's playlist plus the monthlies, which will obviously get you the points for the month, which will be added onto the series. You will have been able to unlock that last week. If you didn't do that but you still completed some of last week's playlist, you should be able to get it this week. If not, you might be able to get it next week. But for the Ford Mustang DD, you'll probably get that this week, next week, or in spring again, depending on what events you complete and when. So I'll cut the waffle in now. I've waffled for 6 minutes, so let's get straight in. We'll hit up the Forzathon section, we'll work through it in chronological order like we always do, and I'll just pop up the tunes after each event. And if I do not state otherwise, which I probably won't because most tunes are by me, I like to make my own tunes. All of the tunes for the cars showcased in this video will be made by me, so you can use my gamer tag in the top left there. But of course, if I do mention otherwise, I'll try and remember to put the gamer tags for the featured tunes in the description. To be honest with you, I can't remember if there are any this week because I did the tunes a couple of days ago before recording. So I can't actually remember, but if that is the case, I'll pop them in the description and or mention them in the video for you, so you know who to search for. And I don't bother with share codes because they don't work for me on my game, so I can't be bothered putting them up. But I will just put the screenshots of the cars in the garage, and then you know what kind of thing you're looking for. And generally there'll only be one tune for the car, and if there is more than one, it'll be pretty obvious which one it is because you'll be able to see the stats in the garage as well. So cut the waffle in and let's get straight into it. Right then, so for our Forzathon section, we of course have the weekly challenge, we have the daily challenges, and we have the Horizon Forzathon shop. Now the only cars where I can give you a tune for is for the weekly challenge, which is Spirit of Performance, which will earn you 5 points and 80 or 160 Forzathon points. If you want to know the explanation of how the points work, just check out another guide and I explain it in every other one. So for this, you'll need to own and drive the 2002 Koenigsegg CC8S, and that is the car that you'll need to use for all of the challenges. Now, based on the challenges, which are to maintain a speed of 200 miles an hour or above for 10 seconds, to earn a show-off skill in any road race, and to take a photo at the Horizon Cars and Coffee Shop, the tune that I've created is basically just kind of quite a chill tune. Relatively fast race tune, bit of grip, plenty of speed, and basically try to fit in all of the requirements of the challenges. And if you don't know what a show-off skill, by the way, that is basically where you get a drift skill and a pass skill in a race simultaneously. So as you, for example, go to overtake a driver car, you drift past them or e-drift past them, and that will hopefully get you a show-off skill. So obviously the easiest place to do that is on a corner, and given all of those challenges, I've tried to incorporate them into my tune, and basically I've ended up with this, so I shall pop it up on the screen for you now so you can see. And remember, of course, you don't need to download the tune, but if you want to, then it should hopefully make your life a lot easier. Now, of course, there isn't really much in the way of tunes that I can offer for the daily challenges and the Forzathon shop, so we'll skip over those. However, we will just quickly check out the Forzathon shop so that you can see what it looks like. So there's the Koenigsegg Regera and the 918 Spider as the highlights there. There's a horn, 2 pieces of clothing, and the usual wheel spin and super wheel spin. Now we'll move over to the season events section where we have the trial. We've got 3 event labs, 3 PR stunts and 3 seasonal championships, so quite a lot to take a look at here, and this is where the bulk of the tunes will come for you. So we'll have a couple of tunes probably for each of the challenges in this section. So first off, we have the trial, a matcher made in heaven, which will get you 10 points plus a 2017 Nissan GTR. Now remember, with the trial, it's a co-op event. Again, if you want the full explanation of how it works, check out any other guides, for example last week where I explained it in full. so you know what happens there. But remember, it is a co-op event, so you do need access to co-op, and you need to work as a team. That is the key principle with the trial. And the restriction for this one, bear in mind it's based on street racing, is B-Class, Nissan and Datsun. So it has to be a Nissan or a Datsun somewhere in B-Class, topping out at B700. So let's go and check out which of these I've got. I try to cater for all kind of tune preferences, driving styles, experiences, and also I try to cater for all of the manufacturers as well when it's like manufacturer based. So you'll notice that probably with the tunes throughout this video. So let's go and see which ones I've got for these. Up next then is the first of the 3 event labs which have been chosen by the developers from all of the community event labs that are available on the storefront, and this one is from BP's 17. It is the Sunset Palms Raceway, which is it's got everything apparently. It's got fast straights, heavy braking, flowing turns, opportunity for overtaking. It's a fast-paced circuit by the looks of it, because it is recommended for S1 and S2. It will get you 3 points in the super wheel spin, and as per that recommendation by the creator, the developers have locked this to S1 class retro supercars. So now we'll head over to my garage and see which of those I've selected out for you. The next event lab comes from Edelman, and it is Cordela Rally, which is a masterpiece apparently according to the creator, and it will get you 3 points towards the playlist plus an exo set off-road rally machine. And the restriction for this one is A-Class Modern Rally and A-Class Rally Monsters. So they are 2 separate restrictions, and you can pick a car from either of them in A-Class. So let's see which of those I've got. Finally, for the series of event labs is Mr. X74's Calvo's karting event, which I've just realised is in between the other ones, and I didn't realise that when I recorded the last clip of Edelman's. But regardless, this will get you 3 points again, and a 1969 Ford Mustang Boss, and the restriction for this one is A-Class track toys. So make sure you don't get extreme track toys, although you'll be lucky to get one in A-Class in that class anyway, but make sure it is the normal track toys in A-Class. Now then, we have the seasonal PR stunts, where you must use a specific car for all 3 PR stunts, and they have their own seasonal objectives which you must achieve to earn the points in the festival playlist, which is 2 points for each, and you also get a super wheel spin for each PR stunt as well once you've completed it. We have the Valet Danger Sign, we have the Cordela Speed Zone, and we have the Levy Speed Trap. And for all of those you must use the Nissan Pulsar in B class. Now this car starts in C class, near the top of C class, so obviously you need to upgrade it to be able to actually complete these, and it's up to you to what extent you upgrade it, but of course I've made a tune which I hope is suited for all of these, because they're all off-road based PR stunts. For the danger sign, you might need a bit of a road run up, but they are mostly off-road based. You need plenty of grip and plenty of speed, and so I've tried to incorporate that into my tune, which should suit all 3 of the PR stunts, so 1 tune for 3 PR stunts. I'm not going to show clips of me completing it in this video, because obviously it's a shorter video, but if you want to know what kind of run up to take, then of course I can offer that advice in the comment section. So let's show you the tune that I've got for this Nissan Pulsar. Now then, we have the seasonal championships to round off the season events section, and as I mentioned earlier, there are 3 of these also, so we've got lots of 3s in this season, which is, well, that's alright. And these can be completed in solo, co-op or PvP. Again, for the full explanation on that and for my advice, check out previous guides where I explain that in full, but you need to know obviously that you can complete them in solo if you wish to, or you choose to, or you need to if you don't have co-op availability, and you're required to complete all 3 races in solo, and in co-op it works the same way as the trial, and for that you can reference the trial explanation. So the first championship this season is Feel the Hype, which is based on road racing. It will get you 5 points towards the playlist and a 1967 Chevrolet Corvette. The restriction is S1 class hypercars, and these are the hypercars that I've got. Next up is another road racing based seasonal championship, a pretty sweet deal, and this time it will get you 5 points and a Koenigsegg CC8S, which you might remember that you need for the Forzathon weekly challenge. So that is one way of earning that car if you don't want to spend loads of credits in the auction house or the auto show. So I definitely recommend completing this championship first if you want to get that car for the Forzathon. And the restriction for this one is B-Class Rare Classics, and I got confused at first thinking that was a Horizon special, but it is a restriction or a filter as such that you can apply in your garage. Finally, another opportunity to earn a car that you'll need for other events in the festival playlist, and that comes from the seasonal championship Finger on the Pulsar, where you'll earn a Nissan Pulsar that you need for the PR stunts that we just covered, and also 5 points. And this one is based on dirt racing, and the developers did confirm that, as we expected, or as I expected in the stream for this Series 36 update, that these are deliberate when they throw in some reward cards that you'll need for other events. I spotted it quite a while ago, but it is deliberate, and the developers did confirm that. So the restriction for this final championship in the season events section is C-Class Classic Rally. Now that we have finished the season event section, we can essentially skip 2 sections because there isn't really any tunes that I can give you in the challenges section and the monthly events section. But for the treasure hunt, the photo challenge and all of the monthly rivals events, if you need any advice on those, just ask me in the comments on Xbox or Discord. I'll be more than happy to help you out. And of course we would have usually covered those, and we will do once we get back into the usual routine. So we can jump straight over to the expansion events, which cover those on the Hot Wheels and the Rally Adventure expansions respectively, where we have a PR stunt and a seasonal championship on each expansion. You do need to own these expansions. I go into more detail on that on previous guides, but do make sure you own them, and do make sure you play through some of the career mode first, because you don't automatically get to jump into these events as soon as you launch the expansions. So if you are planning on doing that, you can't, so I would plan to complete some of it first before you complete these festival playlist events. So on the Rally Adventure expansion, we have the Devil's Pass Speed Zone, which will get you 2 points and a super wheel spin, and we have the Seasonal Championship Retro Reapers, which is based on the street racing element of Rally Adventure, and it'll get you 5 points, and a Volvo 242 Turbo Evolution, which you've just seen me recommend for the final championship, and you also need that for the speed zone on the Rally Adventure expansion. So there's 2 uses for that car there. So of course you've already seen that, and then the other restriction for the seasonal championship is B-class retro rally, so we'll see which of those I have got now. Finally then, we have the Hot Wheels events, where we have the Canyon Fire Danger Sign, earning you 2 points and a super wheel spin, and requiring the 2012 Lamborghini Aventador in S1 class. And then we have the Seasonal Championship Hot and Cold, which will get you 5 points and the Aventador that you need for that PR stunt. And the restriction for that one is S1 class modern supercars. So let's go to my garage and see all of those cars over there. And that wraps up today's video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. It is really appreciated, and thank you for all the support recently, for a very tough time and very busy time, where content has been quite limited, and oh, I sent you a message. I just replied. Where content has been few and far between, and I've tried to try my best to get stuff out for you, with a few breaks as well in the content. And as predicted, this video has been longer than usual, like I predicted at the start, so apologies for that. A short video is never short on my channel, so obviously, yeah, that's just how it seems to work. I don't seem to be capable of doing things short. I say that I'm not going to explain stuff, and then yeah, there we go, all the waffle and not enough pancakes. So that is it for today's video, guys. I hope my tunes help you to complete the challenges. If you haven't done them already, you may well have done, because it is quite late in the festival playlist week, but hopefully I'll be back in winter, whether it will be a full guide or another one of these short, in apostrophe marks, tunes videos is yet to be seen, but that will become apparent in around a week's time or just less. So stay tuned, put your notifications on, and then if anything does come out for the winter season, where we've got a Mazda MX-5 as our exclusive reward, you will be notified and you'll be able to watch it. So thank you for watching once again, and I will see you hopefully next week or whenever the next video is. Bye.